Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the Benchmark Podcast. This is Brother Wolf. I'm joined by,
YNB Collins.
and today we're going to talk about a certain tech company that has got me frustrated right now, to say the least. That tech company would happen to be the same tech company that made our lovely benchmark computer that we use, Hewlett Packard. To those that haven't been with us since the beginning of season 2, which began in October of last year, this is been since we had some technical difficulties at the end of season 1. Season 2, we have taken more precautions in order to make certain things, better as far as.
You're being roundabout. Just say we messed up.
Yes, we messed up at the end of season 1. And
You can check out the episode. We forgot what backup copies meant.
Yes, exactly. And we lost quite a few episodes.
Over 50.
Yeah, over 50 episodes because of it. So we switched over to a new laptop, in which is a Hewlett Packard. And I was told when I acquired this particular laptop, one of the great features about it was upgradable. The gentleman that works at Best Buy, I'm going to say the name of the company because, in this particular situation, it is very important. The gentleman that works there told me that I would be able to upgrade my laptop. It's ROM, which is the hard drive space on it, and it's RAM, which is the exact amount of
What can it juggle?
at once. And so what happened when I went there recently, because I needed to upgrade the hard drive space, and at the same time I was going to get more RAM in order to go ahead and balance it out. And since they were going to have it open to upgrade the hard drive space, I said, why not just have them do the RAM too? He said, well, another gentleman was there. That guy is no longer with Best Buy. And he worked for the Geek Squad that works out of Best Buy. And he tried to, at first, he took the laptop. He went ahead and they had it for maybe a few hours. And then I got a call back saying that my laptop was ready. Now, he originally told me my laptop would not be ready for 3 or 4 days. So in my mind, I was saying, wow, that's fast. I was a little bit surprised that it happened so quickly.
Who's able to get that kind of turn? Like, when's the last time you turned your car into a mechanic and it was ready at the end of the day?
Exactly. It is not something that you expect. But what wound up happening with this situation was that immediately I started having questions in my mind how it would be. So I called them to make sure, and they said, yes, your laptop is ready. Go down there to Best Buy in order to pick up my laptop. And I see a note on the laptop. And the note on the laptop says, your RAM has been installed. We could not install your hard drive.
So you care to say what the upgrades were from what to what?
So it was going to be from 250 gigs to 2 terabytes.
So that's your storage space.
Storage space.
And it is a solid state drive?
And a solid state drive on both cases. And the RAM was from 8 to 16.
That's a nice.
Yeah.
So let me guess, you want to be playing some video games on the company time?
I can do that kind of stuff now, but unfortunately, I couldn't get the main damn thing that I wanted done, which is I needed more space. Benchmark requires space, ladies and gentlemen.
Not benchmark per se, but when you realize that server space, storage space for recording all these audio files, it takes a lot. It's a lot of space. We could fill up a flash drive pretty easily, pretty quickly. And you got to archive things. You got to have certain things accessible. You got to have your presets. It takes a lot of space. So for those of you up and coming creators out there, realize this is a roadblock that will happen sooner than later.
Yes. So with the note, it said that I would have to contact Hewlett Packard and talk to them about acquiring an official Hewlett Packard hard drive to go on my laptop. I said, well, okay. Not what I was expecting, but I'll go ahead and do that. So I go home, go home and call Hewlett Packard over the phone, and I stay on the phone with Hewlett Packard on hold for about a good 10 minutes, and then a person comes to the phone, and I give them.
Could you understand them?
I'm not gonna talk that badly about it, but no, I couldn't at first. What happens is they did say that they were gonna check using my serial number and my model number from my laptop to see what hard drive I can get for my laptop. So they disappear for 5 minutes.
Wait. Didn't you already give that information easily? So all you had to do was say, sir, I want to verify this is your name, this is your policy, this is what you have. And then shouldn't it cross-reference fucking immediately?
You would think that, but no, it did not. So after I gave them all of the information, the guy goes away for 5 minutes, comes back, and he says, hold on, I'm still checking. Goes away for 5 minutes.
He's got to be shitting around. It's there in the computer.
Comes back, and he's like, are you sure you wouldn't want an external hard drive? I said, no. If I wanted an external hard drive, I would have gotten one at the numerous stores in which I went to. I wanted an internal one so I could have everything in one spot. I could boot my computer from one hard drive, have everything, go over copacetic. Unfortunately, the guy goes away for another 5 minutes, comes back and says, apparently you can't upgrade the hard drive on that model. I said, what do you mean you can't upgrade the hard drive on that model? I was told specifically you could upgrade it. It had full upgradability. He said, well, you can't. Well, what do you mean I can't? Why can't I? His answer was because the hard drive is soldered onto the motherboard. It's the circuit board that the laptop has.
So you're at home in your fuzzy pink slippers, going ahead and hopefully not cursing him out.
I practiced my Christian. I practiced my inner Christian.
Good on you, because all he's doing is solving this problem. He doesn't deserve the ire for the problems that happened that he didn't co-sign with. But who is the asshat who said, oh yeah, this is fully upgradable? That person deserves at least 2 fuck yous. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah. He deserves 2 fuck yous and a goddamn.
So who's the person who sold this to you?
The Best Buy associate who is no longer with the company, in which I had his name originally. I believe it was Greg, but I can't go ahead and tell everybody to start beating the crap out of every Greg in which they see out there.
Well, we don't want to beat the crap out of him. It's like, dude, if you don't know, say you don't know.
Exactly. Don't just try to make a sale off of me. Like, actually know your research, and so I could
say it how you want to. Know your role and shut your mouth.
So that was the whole thing. And what wound up happening was, after I spoke to him, he said, well, technically you could upgrade it. The only thing would be is you would have to unsolder it from the circuit board and put a new hard drive on there and then solder that back to the circuit board. But he said, I would not recommend it.
That doesn't sound questionable in the least bit. No, that's completely normal.
Of course, voiding any warranty you have from Best Buy, Best Buy, Geek Squad, or Hewlett Packard, all 3 warranties would be voided if if you committed these acts. As a matter of fact, if you even said you were going to commit these acts right now, it would void all 3 of your warranties. You know,
This feels worse than taking the tag off a mattress.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I still have never taken that tag off for any mattress I've ever had because I have worried specifically. Me and my wife were talking about this the other day, and we said, and she said, I took the tag off of the mattress. I said, you did?
I shot the sheriff.
She said it specifically said you could take it off after you purchase, or the purchaser can take it off. I said, I did not get that far. I saw do not remove this tag, and I said, I am not going to do it because I don't want ninjas to come in from somewhere and take me down for removing the tag off of a bed where I could have just left it alone. Left it alone.
I'm about to say, what was one of our benchmarks from another day in retail?
Yeah.
Leave well. Someone gives you an out, take it. Leave well enough
take
alone.
Take out. So yeah, what wound up happening was he said, "Well, of course you can get an official." You can get an official external hard drive from Hewlett Packard.
An official? There's unofficials?
So what he said was that I asked him, so that means I can get any external hard drive, basically, because externals, you can just plug them up and they go. And he said, wait, hold on. I don't want to tell you you can when you can't. So I just want to make sure that you know I didn't tell you you could. I said, okay, sir. I think that's all I'll have for you today. Goodbye. You know.
Dear questionable work ethic. So wait. So let's recap. Best Buy sells you an upgradable laptop that when you try to upgrade it is not completely upgradable.
Correct.
Now, is it possible that you as the customer misheard?
No.
Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. All right. Now, is it possible that there's some verbiage used that is allowed but not necessarily assumed to be the same? Like, one of the things when I found it out is if you have less than a certain percentage, you can report it as 0. So, like trans fat, like if you have less than this percentage, you can report 0 grams. That's why they do it by serving. So that way, if you have less than that per serving, you can say 0 grams, even though if you consumed all of it, you would have trans fat. So is it possible that fully upgradable meant keyboard and monitor, but didn't mean the internals of it?
So according to what the gentleman said when I complained about the salesperson telling me that it was fully upgradable, he said, well, technically he didn't lie. If I unsolder it and solder it back, it is upgradable.
Did you slap him through the fucking phone? Because at this point, you co-signing the bullshit.
At this point, I felt as though he was siding with the salesperson and not with me. And then that just, at that point, that's when I was ready to hang up with him because I already knew where this conversation was going. So, you know, either it was going to me getting an official licensed Hewlett Packard external, which would have costed some ungodly amount of money, or he was talking about getting another laptop and upgrading for that. So, you know, at that point, I didn't need him anymore. It's just
fair enough. So so now your laptop still has new RAM, right?
yes, it has 16 gigabytes of RAM.
And did it cost did they prorate you at least for being fuck nuts?
Well, what they did was they did give me some money back on of course they gave me they took back the hard drive, the internal hard drive.
I would hope the fuck so.
And they took back the money for the installation of the internal hard drive, which I don't know if they had to do that because since they did technically open it and try to get, I don't know how that works, but they weren't dicks about that. Geek Squad was nice. Geek Squad did out of this whole situation. Geek Squad was the better group. I'm thankful I got my warranty for all my computer stuff from them. Um, it's just the other two fuck nuts to let me down. Basically that's how I feel about it. But I do have an external now. I got a Samsung external, 2 terabytes, a decent price on it that I saw for it. It's a solid state drive, so everything transfers extremely fast from it to the hard drive, and from the internal to the external, and from the external to the internal. It transfers real fast. So I am very thankful for that too. It's just it really felt as though I got sucker punched, by this situation in a way in which I wasn't expecting. But it didn't end as bad as it could have, I guess. So I'm thankful for that.
So, did you get? Maybe this is just me channeling the inner complain to corporate. Did you at least try to get a gift card out their ass?
No, I probably should have. At that point, the frustration level was high, and I felt as though the longer I would have stayed on the phone with the gentleman, I would have probably said some more words that wouldn't have been too kind at that point.
Would you have called him Will Arnett like this?
It is quite possibly. If y'all are listening to our Twisted Metal podcast later, I would have probably shoved his head against a damn casino machine and made him sing.
No. Fair enough. I mean, it's like, what's the phrase we've used? Expectation of ease of use.
Right.
When you say this, I mean this. So when I hear all natural, I don't mean anything synthetic. I mean true cane sugar, not high fructose corn syrup. I hear upgradable. I'm going to look you dead in the eyes and says, okay, can I go? How easy is it for me to swap out the number of USB ports, the RAM, the trackpad, you kind of can't do that. So what does that term mean?
Right.
And I mean, this will be a great lead in because we plan to do what does it take to buy a new laptop and what are your needs? We plan to do that one. But first, we got to go ahead and bitch out HP. And yes, we're going to find their Facebook page and leave this link. And yes, we expect to go ahead and get some sort of, hey, work with us. And it might just be Best Buy.
Some recompense,
It might be just Best Buy, whatever.
Right. It might have been them that dropped the ball on this, telling their salespeople that, yes, this was upgradable when it isn't, or whatever.
But yeah, that's boo-boo. So now you're stuck with not the product you wanted because they didn't go ahead and inform you of what was possible.
Correct.
You haven't seen Greg, right? I don't have bail money. I'm just letting you know that right now. I love you, brother, but I do not have bail money.
I haven't seen him. But God help him if I see him out in them streets. I'm just saying.
I hear the words, it's always going to be, what Bernie Mac said? Going to be a misunderstanding.
There's certain people in which my brother knows when you say the word on site, it means
I know
on site.
Two. And one of them's a mixologist. Gotcha.
So I think before we get ourselves in any further trouble, maybe it's time to close things down. It's closing time.
Well, I mean, as long as it's not bail trouble, I'll take a stern talking to. Come on, man.
Brother Wolf for the Benchmark Podcast.
I guess he's just signing off. This is why we call it.
Thank you for listening to the Benchmark Podcast, a product of Benchmark Media LLC, where we always attempt to establish a positive benchmark. We would like to remind everyone that the views and opinions expressed are strictly the views and opinions of each individual, and those views do not reflect the stance of Benchmark Media. Any opinion stated is not to be construed as professional advice or help. please contact a professional for any help you may require. We would like to thank all of our guests for today and also for contributions of our listening family. Remember to contact us at therealbenchmarkpodcast@gmail.com or www.therealbenchmarkpodcast.com. Or you can follow us on social media, Facebook, or Instagram. And if you'd like to be a friend of the show, you can donate to us on our PayPal.
You can give me a drink.
All rights reserved by Benchmark Media, LLC.